Hey y'all, this is Kyle VA, and I want to welcome you all to the Q&A. This is a collection of questions that I've gathered from TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and I will be going over the questions as we go. There's no script to this, and I will be answering them accordingly. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. First batch of questions comes from Alex Lemons. First up, what was your first Transformers series? That would be the G1 cartoon. My dad had the first season on DVD, and I remember back when I was like 2, 4-ish, around that range, he would just play those on repeat, and I would just watch. And to a stupid, dumb little baby brain like mine at the time, seeing these giant robots who could shapeshift into cars, trucks, planes, dinosaurs, that they could combine, like that was something that absolutely put me in awe as a dumb, stupid, idiot baby. And now, as a dumb, stupid, idiot, barely adult, I still find that really cool. So, needless to say, the appeal has not been lost on me, as I am making content of it now. So that's pretty cool. Number 2, what's your favorite issues of Marvel, Dreamwave, FunPub, and IDW? I'm just gonna say it right now, I have not read Marvel, Dreamwave, or FunPub. I have Dreamwave artwork in my room as posters, but I just haven't gotten around to reading the comics yet. I will eventually, just not now. And then FunPub, again, same thing as Dreamwave. I'll get there eventually. As for IDW, I can't remember if this is the right issue. I'll have to go and look this up later. But the immediate issue that comes to mind when I think of my favorite has to go to issue number 38, I think. Mainly because my first introduction to Transformers IDW and its continuity was through Chris McFeely's dub of the moment where Megatron and Ravage, have their little conversation about Megatron's sudden change of heart. And I just remember, being introduced to this new, characterization that no other series has really given to the two characters. And it was just like, damn, this is nice. This is really nice. I want to know, how did we get here? Why is Megatron an Autobot? Ravage can talk, and he isn't just Soundwave's loyal cassette. There's more to him. This is awesome. It was that comic dub that got me introduced to the series and started me down the trek of reading IDW comics, and it's been great. It's been great since then. Number 3, do you have a favorite Scavenger? Misfire. There's just something so appealing to me about this lunatic Decepticon screw-up with ADHD that just rings a bell within my deepest, darkest cores. It just works, alright? It just works. I love voicing him. I love everything he says. He's just, I don't know. If there was a character that I connect to the most, it's gotta be Misfire. For no other reason than just, I think he's funny. There's another character, but I'll get to him later. Number 4, rarest figure in your collection. I don't really have many, rare figures. I have the Transformers Cybertron Legends Hotspot. I also have the Thrilling 30s Whirl and Springer, but I wouldn't really call those rare. Same for Animated Blur. I think the most rare and most valuable figure I have would be the movie masterpiece Ironhide, which is sitting on my shelf right now. He currently sits in the middle. He's the centerpiece, and I got him for $90 at a flea market. He's still in the box, really good condition, and I am still very surprised that I managed to find that. But if I may go on a tangent real quick, recently I did find another really cool figure. The day I uploaded the Overlord's Onslaught video, no less, I went to the same flea market I found Ironhide a couple months prior, and I found Titan's Return Overlord. Just sitting there. He didn't come in the box, he was open, he was dusty, which I cleaned him up when I got him, but I found him there at the same market the day I uploaded the video, where I voiced Overlord. That's never not going to be funny to me. I think the universe is trying to tell me something. Next batch of questions comes from Cyberstreak. Favorite and least favorite issue of More Than Meets the Eye. I already went over my favorite issue of IDW, which is also from More Than Meets the Eye, so I already answered that. Least favorite issue, though, I don't really have one. Like, I can't really think of one off the top of my head. I'll just pick a random number, and this one. Yeah. Hopefully that's not a really good one that will get me flamed in the comments. Favorite Transformers continuity? I would have to go... I would say it's a tie between G1 and IDW. For the reason I already expressed before. Like, G1 was my very first introduction to the Transformers as a whole. I have that to thank for my love of Transformers. Meanwhile, IDW has my favorite stories, my favorite characterizations. In fact, many of the, I guess, character archetypes we used for IDW, I would call the definitive versions of those characters. Like Starscream, like IDW Starscream, that is my definitive Starscream. Wheeljack, that is my definitive Wheeljack, like, and so on and so forth. Like, that's just what I associate. Like, when I think of a character, more often than not, I will think of their IDW characterization when you name one. Number 3, if you were able to change anything in More Meets the Eye/Lost Light, what would it be? Probably the ending of Lost Light. That's not to say it was a bad ending. I actually kind of liked it. For the story that we've been watching over the course of like 8 years, it's about this journey of Rodimus and co. going across the stars, just going on wacky adventures, and part of any journey is the end. So having the sort of bittersweet ending where, you know, the timeline splits and you have, you know, one side where they stop going on those adventures, they settle down back on Cybertron, and then the other where they're like split universe going across on infinite adventures to their heart's content. Like, that's, I don't know, it feels oddly fitting for the series, but I don't like the fact where they just sort of all cut contact with one another after the Lost Light is decommissioned. Like, you're telling me that the crew who has fought gods, who has traveled across space and time together, don't stay in contact with one another after it's all said and done? You're telling me the only people who did that were the ones who were already in relationships, like Cyclonus and Tailgate, Chrome Dome Rewind and whatnot? Come on. And finally, favorite ship from the comics? Chrome Dome Rewind. Yeah, if you go back to my first comic dub on this channel, it was actually the message Rewind had recorded for Chrome Dome after he died. And that, I sort of have that moment to thank for sending me out on this comic dubbing journey, almost. So, yeah. Also, I just think they're really cute. So, yeah. Next questions from Matthew Brune. Number 1, do you think you could figure out how to use a different text-to-speech program if you're going to do stuff with Perceptor in it? Because without the text bubbles, I can kind of barely understand it. Yeah, I was trying to find one that was similar to the Stephen Hawking voice they had for Perceptor and Animated, and I just kind of had to use what I had. If anyone can link me a better text-to-speech program, I would be happy to use it. But, yeah, sorry about the intelligibility issues for Perceptor and that. Number 2, if you ever do Autocracy, are you going to try and get bits from the Fall of Cybertron OST for when Metroplex shows up? I mean, that's assuming I even do Autocracy, and I'm not really, it's not really on my radar at the moment. Like, I never even considered dubbing Autocracy until this comment, and that's mainly because I feel like if you dub a moment from Autocracy, you have to do the whole thing. Like, you can't just pick and choose different bits to dub. You have to go at it as a whole, and for that I would need like a full team of voice actors. I would probably have to hire someone else to help me edit it, because as it stands, I do all the editing myself, and it takes a while to get these 16-minute videos out as is. Like, the Overlord video was 16 minutes, and that took a while to get out. So yeah, probably not going to do Autocracy in the near future, but if I ever did, I probably would use the Fall Cybertron OST, because that just, I mean, that makes sense, it's fitting. Next questions come from Ami Yamamoto. I am so sorry for butchering that. Are you ever going to do just More Meets the Eye or whatever you feel like? I don't exclusively want to do More Meets the Eye. I would like to dub moments from across Transformers comics history. Like, I want to do bits from Phase 1, I want to do Lost Light. I've done one moment from the Transformers, that being the Starscream Bumblebee bit, but yeah, I do plan to do more than just the IDW comics and More Meets the Eye. In fact, I plan to do more than just Transformers comics as a whole, but I'll get into that later. This question comes in from Josh Daniel. Will you be making any other content other than Transformers? Yes, So I don't want to lock myself in as a Transformers YouTuber. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this series, I love it to death, but I don't want to make Transformers content exclusively. Like, I want to be able to branch out and do other dubs and do other types of content as well. Like, I've obviously tried to do gaming, which, I mean, the recording software was bugged to hell and back, so that Risk of Rain video didn't do so well, both in terms of production and in terms of performance. Yikes. And when it comes to any other, like when I do a video on something that isn't Transformers, those tend to also fall flat as well. But I want to do more than just Transformers. I want to do gaming, I want to do discussions. In fact, I've had a video covering a game in the works for a long time now, and I don't know when that'll come out. Hopefully come out sometime next year, but I just don't know how well it'd perform, which is why I'm sort of hesitant to continue to work on it. But I don't know. I don't even have like 500 subscribers. I don't know what I'm worried about. But yeah, I want to make more content than just Transformers comics. I want to do other comics. I want to do game moments. Like I've done Mario and Luigi. I've done Deltarune. I want to do Undertale. I know that's been on my radar for a while now. So yeah, it's just I don't want to limit myself. You know, I want to do just whatever I feel like. At its core, I want this channel to be more variety than just, you know, Transformers comic dubs. Question comes from Ice Cube Lord. Would you ever make videos on some audio/editing tips? Probably not. I am really into audio. For those of you who don't know, I am trying to go to college to study audio production and all that jazz. And as much as I would love to make tutorial bits like that, I just don't see myself being able to do that anytime soon, mainly because I don't have the necessary equipment to really go in depth about that sort of thing. And in terms of editing, while I don't think I'm the worst editor out there, I am definitely nowhere near qualified to give tips and all that jazz. So yeah, probably not, to answer your question. Next question comes in from Retrospecs. Favorite editing software/software you've tried or wanted to try? I mean, I've really only tried 3 different softwares, that being VSTC Pro, which is my old editor, Filmora, which is my current editor, and then Adobe Premiere. And honestly, out of the 3 of them, I prefer Filmora the most. Like, it's just the easiest program for me to use. So yeah, that's about it. Crystal Galaxy asks, what's your favorite role to voice act? If I could describe it in one word, Whirl. Whirl and his character is my absolute favorite to voice. Like, I don't know what it is about the insane, wacko characters, but just voicing them is so much fun. If I could put it in like any way, it's that it is just as much fun to voice the character, like those types of characters, as it is to watch them. That's all I can really say. Bean Dundidadoodle asks, is there any other comics you're interested to dub later in the future? Comics specifically, I haven't really looked into it. I mean, of course, there's always fan comics that I could do, which, you know, I've read a couple and for a variety of series. And, you know, I always thought it'd be cool to voice those and see what happens. But in terms of actual published comics, probably not. At least not right now. It's just something I gotta look into first. Dino Nuggies asks, favorite part of voice acting? Voice acting allows me to just sort of sit down and just release energy, if I could describe it in any way. Like, it's just, I'm sitting down, I get to act as any character I choose, and I get to look at them and say, okay, how would this character act? Because most of these guys are blank slates, or at least they have, you know, descriptions and bios, but it's more free range in what you can do. So I get to look at a character and think, how would they act? How would they sound? How would I go about that? And just being able to talk into a mic and express myself and these characters in so many different ways, like, that is just beautiful to me, and I love that. So much so that I want to try and turn this voice acting thing into a career in my near future, hopefully at some point. But yeah, that's just about it. Sophia Adelina asks, what's a character you would love to voice but haven't gotten it perfect or at all yet? Wheeljack. Wheeljack's my favorite Autobot. I would love to voice Wheeljack, but until then I might just have to ask Meta Magnus, Some Guy Voices, to voice him if I ever do a comic that involves Wheeljack. But yeah. BC Warfare asks, are you gonna do more gameplay vids? As soon as I can actually run OBS and record footage, yes. the issue with the last gameplay video, that being the Accurate Gaming vid, that was just scuffed to hell in terms of production. Like, I lost the files, they were corrupted. The actual recording process itself was jank because I had to keep stopping and starting the recording so that way OBS didn't crash on me. So yeah, it's really just a matter of getting the hardware to actually be able to run that before I continue to pursue that department. I'm Janaya Raya asks, what other voice actors do you maybe look up to? In terms of more well-known voice actors, I would have to say Steve Blum is up there. Like, Steve Blum obviously voiced Starscream and Transformers Prime, but he's also known for Tom from Toonami. He's voiced probably what I think of most when I think of Steve Blum. He voiced Tank Dempsey in Black Ops Zombies, and that's phenomenal. He's Zabuza in Naruto. Like, he's a lot of guys. He's a lot of guys, and just, I don't know, being able to reach that level of professionalism in voice acting, I aspire to be like that. In terms of more indie voice actors, Gianni Machagrano. If you know him at all, then you know what he's like, you know his content, you know how he's able to just do anything. Like, I can just point to his role as Gabriel from Ultra Kill. That man, phenomenal voice actor who is also simultaneously one of the funniest people I've had the pleasure of watching. So, yeah. Alright, now I'm going to go on to the lightning round. These are questions that are just small and really need, like, a short answer. So here we go. What do you wish was in Splatoon? More weapons, please. I always want more weapons, please. Also, give me my glasses. Give me my glasses, come on, give me my glasses! Do you be back in Splatoon? Yes, I do, and if you don't, you are bad. Anyways, are you an epic gamer? Hell yeah, dude. If you could adapt Last Stand into a live-action movie, who would you cast to play Verity Carlo? What's the pilot's name from Avatar, like the 2009 movie? Hold on, let me look this up. Michelle Rodriguez. I would have to say Michelle Rodriguez. It's just, I feel like that's just fitting. Hey, Kaya, love your work. Quick question. Oh, all right, thanks, man. What's the question? Why are you gay? I'm just gonna call it quits from there. Thank you all for watching. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are interested in the content I make, and I really do appreciate you all for sticking around for sometimes months at a time for me to get a video out. It really does mean the world to me. So I appreciate you all coming by and listening to me talk, and yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the future.